Hi there, I am Kelly Ann, also known as the Canadian Goose, and it's a funny story how I got that name. I was going down my YouTube feed and I came across a podcast, and it was called the Aardvark Interviews. And I went and I made some sort of cheeky comment or smart-ass comment on there saying, why don't you have your guests come on and ask the questions? And the Aardvark invited me.
We have Kellyanne, the Canadian Goose. She actually is in Canada. And actually, she was tagged by Justin Bieber today because he's from Canada. So,
which was surprising. And so I went on there, and to be cheeky, I put in that I was the Canadian goddess.
Oh, I all blinged up in my Canadian gear. And it's not Canadian Goose, it's supposed to be Canadian Goddess. I must have put the wrong thing in.
Oh, Canadian Goddess. Okay, excellent.
But when I went on to the show, it came up Canadian Goose. I don't know, spell check, or if the Aardvark was trying to keep my ego in check. But that's how I got my name, and it's stuck ever since. And the very first episode that I appeared on was Louis and Sue, and that's where I learned that Manhattan was in fact in the United States, in New York City, and not in Canada.
I do have a question. I was on and I was listening about some invitations were being sent out that we could come, and I was just wondering, where in Canada is Manhattan?
Okay, good question. I think Manhattan may be in New York City, but let me check with Jose on that. Where is Manhattan?
I think it's a little on the southern end of like a lot south of Montreal. Like,
all right, so Manhattan is not. It is in Canada. Is that true?
So it's become a very big learning experience ever since I've been on the show. And the Aardvark he's just incredible. He's an incredible host, and he keeps inviting me back. So I keep coming until he stops giving me a link or the links stop working. I still come. I just keep coming because I meet these incredible people. I got to meet Yuri, who I found out very quickly that he had no son, and I asked him a question about his son.
Handle me, because if he would handle me a different way, maybe I wouldn't come out the way I come out. So
now that you've changed your outlook on your own father, do you change your outlook on your son?
You're talking about movies, right? A movie?
Well, no, like in your personal life, like if like now that you've changed your outlook on your father for forgiveness, right? Like, has it changed you as being a father? Like, has it changed your outlook as being a father?
I don't have a son. I'm not.
Oh, you don't have a son? Okay, no, I thought you did have a son.
And we go back to is Manhattan
this is what I was saying.
in Canada.
I was saying it's about the movie itself. That's
okay, the movie itself. Okay, I thought you said you had a son in real life.
No, he doesn't even have a father. This is all about the movies.
Yeah. No.
I'm not really in the industry, and this is all really new, and I'm meeting some really new and incredible people. There is another Zach and his wonderful wife.
2-year-old who desperately needs to have dinner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a social
Before you leave,
media
can I
site?
ask you one question?
Sure.
Is he funnier than Zach?
Yeah.
No, Zach's the funniest person I know.
Okay, then you're okay, Zach. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm paying her right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving her money under the table.
Whatever.
The chair arm.
That's so sweet. How long have you been married like that?
We've been married 10 years and we've been together 20.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't look a day over 20, but that's
She's
how long
beautiful.
we've been together.
He's beautiful. I don't know how she married a mutt like him. I don't know.
I hear
There's hope for me.
Where I learned about Zach facts and what in fact the speed of darkness is.
Okay, so the third one is a skill testing question.
Oh, shit.
And, so I know you went to art school, so I want to ask you a math question.
You guys did
okay.
your research.
Okay. Okay, so according to Zach Facts, we all know the speed of light. So what is the speed of darkness?
Holy
That's like a good Halloween question, right?
Is this real?
This
Yeah.
is real.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my God.
Do you know the answer? Because I didn't write it down.
I think I had. I think I. Used
We got a
that
lot of
answer
questions.
today.
We just don't have many answers.
I guess the speed of darkness is how quickly I want to kill myself or something.
No, it's your facts. It's how quickly you close your eyes.
Oh, there it is. I forgot about that Zach fact. I'm gonna bring that back. I'm actually doing I'm gonna be doing an open mic for my first open mic here in Philly since I moved here. I'm gonna do Zach's facts. I'm definitely gonna bring that back. So thank you for telling me that because I had totally forgotten about it.
Actually, the real answer is darkness travels at the speed of light. More accurately, darkness does not exist by itself as a unique physical entity, but is simply the absence of light.
So you see, Andrew, no, that is wrong. That is wrong because
It says it here in the Wikipedia.
If you were listening to the question, I said according to Zach's facts.
Oh,
Not according to Google,
okay.
According to Zach facts.
Okay, but who's Zach?
And that was that was an incredible episode. And then Patrice, the Black Aquaman, he is someone that I met on the podcast. That he swam from Alcatraz to San Francisco, the aquatic park.
Patrice, how long was the swim? Was it a
swim
mile?
was
Was it 100 miles? Yeah. I don't know.
It was a mile and a quarter to be exact.
Oh my God! And you didn't get to rest or something? You just kept going?
No, I jumped in the water and I kept going all right. I just didn't stop until I reached the beach.
There was no bar, like a bar on the way, or a White Castle to get some nutrients.
Well, I don't like to eat and swim, and it's kind of hard to do. And
you're not supposed to eat and swim,
right?
You trying to kill him?
Well, that's a good question. What if you had a poop? What if you had to do number two? What if you did have the White Castle? What if you had to drop a load? What if you had to poop? What would you do?
Well, one, it will make me lighter, and then I'll just keep moving. It's just poop and go, as they call it.
And just an incredible story and journey. And as far as I know, the people that swim from Alcatraz die. At least that's what the movie did, or that's what happened in the movie. And Josh, Josh was really, really incredible. That was where my eyes just completely got open wide. He did a movie review with us.
Now, Joshua, you saw the movie. You're a filmmaker, a very fine filmmaker, I might add. And I thought your last movie was just beyond anything I've seen. You know, I think your last movie was better than this kind of crap here that they presented with me, Mr. Young or Mr. Park, whichever way you want to go with the alphabet. But let me ask you: the first scene you thought was extraordinary. I've seen that in 100 other movies. Plus, I couldn't even see the body parts because they flashed around too quick. Plus, I had to text somebody.
When you're dealing with a slaughtering of an orphanage, I think those types of quick cuts are acceptable.
Yeah. And I kind of found out that I had a deep, dark childhood resentment against subtitles and movies in different languages.
Yeah, I was actually excited when he first told me about the movie, and then when I turned it on and it was subtitles, was I pissed?
Oh.
But then, because I've never ever watched a movie with subtitles because I can't watch the movie and read at the same time. I thought, oh my God! So I had to keep rewinding. I had to put my phone down first. First, I had to put my phone down and not look at anything and actually pay attention to the movie.
Right.
And wow, I am so happy that I got to see this movie.
So you liked the movie?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic.
It's a great movie.
It is.
I went to my birthday one year, and we were going to a movie, and I can remember getting into the movie, and I didn't realize it was in a different language. It was all subtitles, and it was the worst day of my life. And because of that interview with Josh, I had to open up my mind and watch a movie. It was a Korean movie with subtitles.
Kellyanne, out of 10, how many Canadian geese would you give this film out of 10?
Oh, I'm going to rate it high because I went in there completely blind, and I like everything was a surprise to me. And especially when I was rating off coming into the movie, I was going to give it a 2 because of the subtitles. So I'm going to go all the way up to an 8 because I thought it was great. And I like how you said, well, when you say about it cut too much or it didn't show enough, I like a little bit left to my imagination. So I think it was well done on the fast parts and how it left some things out. So I could just use my imagination.
Okay.
And it turned out to be an incredible movie. So it just opened me right up. And I just feel that just through this podcast, I get to grow so much. And then there was, I think, Anya, she had a great wig.
Like, I was at my local wig store the other day, like 2 days ago, literally, because I was looking for a wig for Halloween. And I saw this wig, this one right here. And I was just like, I love it. And then like, I watched like 3 people come up to it and touch it. And I'm like, no.
You have a lot of fans out there. There's no question about that, Anya. But what outfit is this? Is this Ciri from Witcher?
Yes! Nailed it.
And I always had a fantasy of wearing wigs and just wigs for all different occasions and different colors and different styles, kind of like the Dolly Parton. And I never really had a place to do anything like that. And now I'm starting to entertain, well, if the Aardvark keeps having me there, maybe I'll start buying some wigs and I can just have some really unique, different looks. Because it's just, I've always, I can remember since a child, I used to wear a really long, dark wig, and I used to pretend I was Cher. So, so that kind of opened up some of the old childhood memories. And then Carolyn, who goes really, really deep and shares a very personal story about her life.
Well, no, first I want to thank you for having us on the show. I so appreciate my husband's growing community and your commitment to highlighting the work being done to mitigate mental health in Black and Brown communities. I'm the founder and executive producer of Good Light Productions, which is an organization committed to creating access and opportunities for underrepresented creatives. And so Good Light it was formalized in 2016 as a part of my work to tell my own story, to revisit my family of origin narrative, and to identify the places in my story where I was stuck emotionally and spiritually. And it was my husband's great listening that helped me to gather all the pieces of myself to tell that story. I staged it in 2016, and then it was staged again in 2018 by my artistic director and creative partner, Tabitha Matthews, who's the author of Penny's Kids. It's the story of her maternal grandmother's struggle with schizophrenia in the late 60s in Detroit, and all of the systemic issues that compounded her challenges with mental health, and how she raised 5 kids. So it's the story of the beauty that came from the ashes of her life.
And it made me realize that, us as humans, if we started sharing our stories, how we can heal each other, and just the connection is just incredible. And yeah, so Aardvark told me to pick my favorite episode, and I think I'm going through every single one because Crazy Tom was incredible too. He came on the podcast and he told us an incredible story of how he got his name.
He stopped the whole show. He goes, "Shut up! I'm Little Richard." I'm the originator of rock and roll. You let the kid on the stage right now.
Oh,
There ain't gonna be
wow.
no show. So I got on the stage and I ended up singing Lucille with him. And so after the stage, he was handing out his Bibles and stuff. And I got to talk to him and meet him. And I was like, thank you so much for bringing me on stage. You were my idol since I was like 9 years old.
Good idol.
And he goes, well, what's your name? I'll say, Tomes. It's short of Tomer, which is my real name. And then he goes, well, now you crazy, Tomes. Woo!
And then he broke out in song.
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans. Back down here, I'm on the Evergreen. Doing a long Cabernet playing wood. Living a country boy named Johnny B. Good. He never learned to write or read to do it so well. He could play that guitar like a ringing the bell. Go, go, go. Oh, Johnny, go, go, go. Oh, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good.
Wow. That was great, Crazy.
That was great.
Crazy Tomes.
Is
Right
that your
on.
Instagram name? Hashtag Crazy Tomes?
Crazy Tomes.
Yeah.
So hire this man. There's a little glimpse into what the man could do. And
it was like I'm saying, every time I go into this podcast, I never know what's going to happen. And it's just been absolutely incredible. I got to meet Sean and Eric.
Well, I love reading to kids. Always loved that as a teacher and then as a principal. Always loved reading stories and would get into, what do you have there, Sean?
Long ago, my sister made me a doll of Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes.
That is awesome.
It's one of the best, my favorite gifts ever. And I did not mean to interrupt. I just thought if it was going to be, it's drunk. Never mind.
Who just have these beautiful radio voices. And it's just, I can think of so many ways. It's like, oh, like this could be great for meditation or this. It's just incredible. And then there was the John Belushi reunion show.
What do you think about this, Kellyanne? Do you think it's possible to tell a story as a fan? I know you're a fan of the movies and shows and everything. Yeah, that's why you're the co-host of the show. What do you think as a viewer? What do you want to see?
Well, if it makes sense, absolutely. But then it depends on who's nude. Maybe sometimes if it doesn't make sense and a quick butt shot, I'm not going to complain. So, I guess if you need to do it to tell the story, of course. And, and if you're hot, of course.
All right.
Where I got to meet a lot of the Aardvark's peers.
Kellyanne, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for the gang assembled here?
Wow, it's a beautiful group, and first of all, I'd like to congratulate you all, for the nomination. That it's great, and you guys seem to have a great charisma, great I don't know what the word I'm thinking of, but great chemistry all together,
and that was completely fun. And Teddy, the producer, he wrote a short play that me and the Aardvark acted in.
Are you ready, Kellyanne, for the play, the marvelous teleplay by Teddy, the producer? Are you ready, Kellyanne?
Let's go for it.
All right. I will be Father Time because I'm a dude, and you will be Mother Nature because you're not a dude. Okay? Is that okay? You don't want to mix roles.
I wore a rock headband. I literally put rocks on my head because I'm Mother Nature.
See,
and a bracelet.
She's a method actor.
Just amazing.
Method. Right, so she's a meth actor. I'm a crystal meth actor. Revelations, Mother Earth, by the erstwhile Edward. It says his full name here, so there goes that mystery. Edward, looks like an A or a K, Pierce. All right, so Kellyanne, are you prepared?
Sure am.
Are you prepared to act with the Aardvark?
I'm going to give it a try.
Now keep that attitude. That's a good attitude. I'm going to give you some advice, Kellyanne. I have no advice. There you go.
It's great advice.
All right, let's start it off. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boo. Revelation, Mother Earth. Mother.
Father.
How are the children?
How are the children? About as well as you could expect after the father runs off with a 10-cent floozy. I hope she catered to your every depraved desire.
You're upset with me.
No. I made some changes since you escaped the prison of our relationship.
Don't be so dramatic.
I have a new perspective on things now. You're a mistake of my youth. Just an afterthought now. Nothing more.
Glad to see you found some peace.
Now it's our children that cut me the deepest. They take what they want and leave behind only destruction and barren wasteland. Sound familiar?
Ah, I see you've really come to terms with it. You sound hysterical.
Fuck you.
What about the children? How bad can it be?
Take a look for yourself.
Let me see. Oh, shit.
They're literally tearing me apart from the inside out.
Oh, fuck. Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't I tell you? You're gonna blame me for this?
I don't blame you. No one is to blame.
Maybe if you'd been paying attention to us instead of that bimbo that you picked up at the advent of timekeeping party, you would have noticed what they've been up to. They haven't been hiding their destructive tendencies.
So it's all my fault. Typical.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I just wish it could be like it was a few centuries ago. Remember when we would take long strolls through the universe? We could still have everything that we once had. It can be like old times.
No. You've always said that time can only move in one direction. You made your bed. Now you can go pull the covers over your head once more. You ruined everything with your steady march of time and thinking with your dick.
Their time is almost up anyway.
What does that mean?
They've written their own future with the actions of their past. There's no going back now.
There's no redemption? What will you do?
It's not up to me anymore. The Reaper will have his due.
I'm worried.
Maybe I'll just push the doomsday clock ahead a few decades to quicken the inevitable.
I don't want it to be too bloody.
That's the mother I fell in love with. Shall we scrap it and begin again?
I don't know. Where is she anyway?
Aphrodite? Oh, she told me she found a younger deity. Said she needed more excitement.
That bitch.
Yes. Well, none of us are getting any younger. Except for Hebe, of course.
Oh, yes, Hebe. She's never too busy to spread it around.
She is a rambunctious one.
Oh, I see she excites you, does she? Maybe we should have one of our dinner parties and invite Hebe and her friends. Would you like that?
I wouldn't mind that. Like old times, but what about our children?
Tell the Reaper to lay waste to them all.
Vicious. Kellyanne, great job.
And I'm no actress, but I tried my best, and it was just completely fun. And I feel when I come into this podcast, I step out of my box and I try new things. And I talked about in one of my episodes about chasing butterflies, and I think I get butterflies every time I go into I turn on the computer and go to this podcast, because I never know what's going to happen. And then who else there was? There was Vince, who loves Canadians, and
Vince August, one of the funniest people I know.
Wait, hold on. Before we get Kellyanne, where in Canada?
I'm in Alberta.
Okay, Because that's Calgary Flames area.
Yes, Calgary Flames is down south.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay. Because look, I'm here in my office, so it's gonna be a little bit of a what do you call it? A Blair Witch Project. But okay, the guy from New Jersey has behind him.
Oh shit.
A Stanley Cup banner signed by Patrick Roy.
No
Okay.
way.
Maurice the Rocket Richard autograph picture.
Oh my
Ken
God.
Dryden, piece of the hockey stick. This is my first ever Canadian game. This is where I was sitting. And ready? Those are the seats from the forum from
my
that
God.
game
You got the
where
seat.
I was sitting. It
Oh,
hasn't even a half of my Canadian stuff because then I have my cabinet here. Okay. These are all Canadian pucks. Guy Lafleur signed pucks. Guy Lafleur's OPC rookie card.
Guy
Book signed
Lafleur.
by Ken Dryden. So when I went to Montreal and I did the comedy festival and I came out on stage in the Montreal, the Bell Center, wearing a T-shirt, people are like, oh, he's pandering. He's pandering. I've been a Canadian fan since I was a kid. I got seats from the building. How many of you have seats from the building that are here watching this?
And just to make a note of that, that would be the Just for Laughs.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the top festivals in the world.
And you got to love an episode where they love Canadians, but I don't think he likes popcorn, and that was kind of concerning. And Kenny, who absolutely loves plants, but not really pets.
Kelly's question.
Are you a dog person or a cat person?
I'm a plant person. I don't do animals.
Are those plants real behind you?
Yeah, I got a green thumb over this pandemic. I repotted all of these myself, and
That's
I got them growing. They healthy. I got a watering system and all that. I don't do my dirt in the streets. I do my dirt in the living room.
I just got into planting too, and my little trick for my plants is I give it moon water. I feed my plants moon water, and they just grow like you wouldn't believe. So look it up. Moon water is amazing.
Moon water. What the fuck is that?
But it's just the Aardvark asked me to try to share on my favorite episode, and I'm going to say my favorite episode is going to be the next one, and that's because I don't know who I'm going to meet or what's going to happen, and I think my favorite episode is always going to be the next one, and I'm just so honored to come every week, and that when he sends me the link that it still works. But it's incredible. I think Teddy put that it's a podcast that people are trying to help people or change people's lives. I can't remember.
Podcast about people making the world a better place.
I'm not really great at this yet, but it's an incredible experience and an incredible ride. And I'm going to say I love every single episode I'm on. And it's not only because I'm on it, is because I get to meet some incredible people and hang out with my buddy, the Aardvark. And this is Goose out. Thanks. Peace.